EXCLUSIV Conor McGregor's rape accuser reveals why she knew she would win civil sexual assault case. As UFC star fires off furious tirade branding her a vicious liar, sexual assault victim Nikita Hand yesterday said she expected to win her civil action against MMA fighter Conor McGregor because she was telling the truth from day one. In an exclusive interview with the Irish Mail on Sunday, Ms. Hand said the result means her young daughter does not have to grow up in a world where she has to shut up and say nothing. Asked how she felt the day after her marathon court case, which attracted global media attention, she admitted, "I am just exhausted. To be honest with you, I'm just really tired," adding that she is just trying to kind of take it day by day now. The 35-year-old hair colorist said she has been inundated with supportive calls, texts, emails, and messages after a civil trial jury award her damages against McGregor. "I'm just very overwhelmed with the support as well, now, that I have received." Asked if she expected to win the case, she replied, "To win? Yes, because my story is true. I always believed in my heart that I would win it." Referring to the decision of the Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, not to proceed with a criminal trial, she added, "Obviously with the DPP, that didn't work out, but yeah, I always felt like I was gonna win because I was telling the truth from day one, you know." McGregor yesterday indicated he intends to appeal the decision, responding to media reporting of Ms. Hand's comments outside the court on Friday when she declared justice has been served. McGregor wrote on X, "Justice was served for James Lawrence, yes," in reference to his co-accused, who was cleared of assault. Nikita Hand, vicious liar. Appeal. In another post, he wrote, falsely accused a man of rape and lost. Yesterday, he continued to post using inflammatory language. "This is not a court of hard evidence and truth. It is a kangaroo court of opinions and feelings. We are not done yet. Not by a long shot. No chance. On we fight. Justice and truth will prevail. Appeal, 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 as well as other. Congrats, James. Onwards and upwards." Mr. Lawrence also posted online, "She is now fully liable for all my legal fees and I will be suing her for damages." Ms. Hand yesterday said she didn't want to speak in depth about McGregor or about speculation the DPP may pursue a criminal case if new evidence emerges. "Let's just let the dust settle and let me get my bearings as I've just gotten the verdict and I'm very overwhelmed. It's a lot to take in. The letter and emails and everything that I received. It's so overwhelming." Speaking about the impact of the case on her daughter Freya and other girls and young women, Ms. Hand said, "Well, look, at least they can grow up in the world now. You don't have to shut up and say nothing." The jury in the High Court civil case found McGregor sexually assaulted Ms. Hand in a Dublin hotel in 2018. After a 3-week-long trial that garnered significant attention, the jury awarded €60,000 in general damages for loss of earnings of €135,026, agreed medical expenses of €4,557.64, and loss of future earnings of €50,000. Special damages awarded in total were €188,603.60. No aggravated damages or exemplary damages were awarded. The total damages awarded were €248,603.60. Taoiseach Simon Harris also spoke to Ms. Hand by phone yesterday. He told reporters yesterday, "I wanted to thank her for her incredible bravery, her courage. I wanted to make sure she knew how much solidarity and support there was across this country for her bravery." Asked if the DPP should look at the case again, Mr. Harris said that, in general, it is always open to the Director of Public Prosecutions to review a decision, to consider any new information that may come to light. Justice Minister Helen McEntee also commended Ms. Hand for her bravery and determination after winning her civil case. "I just want to commend Nikita for her bravery, for her determination and the leadership that she has shown in what has been, I've no doubt, a very, very difficult time for her and indeed, for her family," the minister said yesterday. Ms. McEntee added, "Because of wonderful people like Nikita, I hope that it shows that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that there are supports available to people, and that there is justice at the end of the day." In a statement outside court on Friday, Ms. Hand said she hoped her case would remind victims of assault to keep pushing forward for justice. During the case, Ms. Hand said she was disappointed and upset when the DPP decided not to prosecute the case after she made a complaint to Gardaí. In a letter sent to Ms. Hand in August 2020, the DPP said there was insufficient evidence and there was not a reasonable prospect of conviction. Ms. Hand asked the DPP to review the decision, saying she felt she was being treated differently because one of the suspects was famous. Asked about the DPP's decision not to prosecute, Ms. McEnany said, "We have a very independent system in this country, and I think that's right. Our DPP, she's independent in the decisions that are taken, and for good reasons that there should never be any political interference in that process. There is always an option for an individual to ask for reasons to be outlined as to why the DPP made a particular decision, and that is open to any individual or any case, but I have, since becoming minister, given priority to and enabled a new office within the DPP to open specifically focused on sexual offenses so that this issue can be given the focus and the priority that it needs. But it is independent, and I really think it's important that we respect that independence." People Before Profit TD Brid Smith also applauded Ms. Hand for her bravery but questioned the DPP's decision not to prosecute. She said on X, formerly Twitter, "Well done, Nikita Hand, an extremely courageous person. The jury decision begs the question, why did the DPP not pursue this case? The standard of proof in a criminal case is higher than in a civil case, as jurors must be satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt before they can convict. In a civil case, this standard is lower and a verdict can be reached on the balance of probabilities. The jury in the McGregor trial was told the balance of probabilities means they had to decide if something was more likely to have been true than not." Dublin Rape Crisis Centre CEO Rachel Morrow yesterday said, "Where a criminal case does not proceed, as in Nikita's case, it can be devastating for victims and survivors seeking justice." She told the Mo's, "With a high burden of proof in criminal cases, there may be a number of reasons for a decision not to prosecute. Victims can request these reasons and can also appeal the decision. Nikita's civil action illustrates that this may be another pathway open to victims and survivors of sexual violence in pursuing justice. Many people do not want to pursue a legal avenue after an assault or a rape, and this is totally valid if it is what is right for them." Ms. Morrow said Dublin Rape Crisis Centre stands with Nikita Hand and all other victims and survivors of sexual violence. She noted that, during the first 10 days of the trial, calls to the National Rape Crisis Helpline increased by almost 20%, with first-time callers increasing by 50% compared to the same period last year.